Okay, so this is not an official Tipsy Talk. It's just I'm gonna market it as a Tipsy Talk. Because I want to make sure that I can post this because if I'm not able or don't have time or don't get a chance to make a full like visual for it, I want to at least get my thoughts out. So basically, I just wanted to come on here and make a statement about how people bully people into like feminism and independence and things like that. And I was bullied into being an independent black woman, like, and no, I wasn't bullied literally, like people pushing me down or whatever you think the generalization of bullying is. But you hear or you know when someone is saying negative things about you because it always comes back. You know when um someone is attacking you or saying things that they think will get under your skin or judging you or oh I could never but you could never and that's why you cannot. You know what I mean? Like and that sounds so mean, but the point is a lot of times when people want what you have, they'll take away from what you have. So just to kind of get into it really quickly, when me and my husband were first married, um, I was working at first, but then I became a housewife just because we had ended up moving to Hawaii. And when we moved to Hawaii, um, I didn't have a lot of experience. Like I hadn't graduated yet, and I didn't have a lot of experience. So it's kind of like I couldn't really find a job, but it was also that we were making a lot of money with just his income and comfortable. So I was a housewife. Like we had a dog, so I wasn't a stay-at-home mom, or I was a stay-at-home dog mom, but realistically I was just a housewife. And there was a lot of people who would say kind of slick things to me or condescending remarks like, "Oh, like you don't want to do nothing or you don't want to um be more than a housewife, or I couldn't just be at home all day waiting on a man, or what about you? What you got? This and that, da da da." Like, and it just seems like everyone wants to say, like, yeah, like women empowerment, this and that, and everyone wants to scream, like, we want you to succeed, we want you to be powerful, we want you to be successful. But if it's not in a way that they agree with it, or it's not in a way that matches their lifestyle, they're not going to be okay with it. So basically, there were people in my life that would say to me, like, oh, you can't depend on him, or you can't just be doing nothing with your life. Like, mind you, the entire time I was a housewife, I was still in college. Um, the entire time, like, I was keeping myself busy, learning myself, learning hobbies, like, doing things that made me happy, living my life. And I feel like I took it for granted. Mind you, like I was 19, like I was 18, 19. Like when we first got married, I was 18. No, when we first got married, I was 19 years old. So yes, 2018, I was 19, and I was doing things that kept me busy. That I wanted to focus on my future by going to school and kind of living a normal like 19-year-old life. But I was married, and with his career, we just lived in Hawaii. So my thing is like people would say, "Oh, like you shouldn't do that. Like you should make your own money. You should do this." Or I could not do that, but it's like your life isn't set up to do that. And I had the blessing, right, to be able to be with the person that I love and to also do what I wanted and needed to do to push myself closer to the career that I want. And I noticed how much people would like judge me, talk junk about me. Like there was times where I would speak to a certain person and they would say, like repeating what someone said to them, right? He said, she said, but it was like within, a close circle of people. So I know it was the truth because I know how that person is. And they were just like, oh, I couldn't do that. And it's like, well, I am doing it. And it got so bad to the point where I felt the need to kind of force myself, or I would like make it seem like I was more busy or more active or doing something than what I was. Like, if I just, wanted to spend time with him, take my dog on a walk to the doggy park, and go spend the rest of my day, like at Ross, Target, like the mall, like shopping, like I was able, fortunate enough, and blessed enough to do that. But I felt so uncomfortable to live my life the way I wanted to live it and to be happy in our system, in the way that it worked in our relationship for us, that whenever someone would ask, like, hey, what you doing today? I would try to create like this long list of duties and then act on those duties, like be like, oh, well, I need to do this. And then I do it, and I'd be like, oh my God, like I feel so unhappy. Like I could be doing something better. Like I could have caught up on this essay or this homework that I have to do, or like I could have done something that would have benefit me and or our relationship. But I was so caught up in people judging me and bullying me that I wasn't able to focus on myself fully. Now I've already graduated. I graduated 2 years ago, but the point is that I basically let people bully me into feeling like I needed to be an independent black woman, which caused so much more problems. But the point is, then I recently, well, after we left Hawaii, I started working again, and like all I did was work. Like I was working 12-hour shifts most times, and I was just really tired and drained. I didn't have any time for myself, for my mental health, for the relationship, and it started turning into a problem with my mental health, with my relationship, with even my dogs, like noticing that they're not happy or they're not feeling comfortable or whatever it is. And which probably sounds crazy, but if you have a pet, then you know what I mean. Like, you can see when they're off or they feel neglected or they feel unhappy in their situation. Um, and even just like because of my mental health dwindling, my actual health dwindling. And it became to a point where I had to look at myself and say, what the heck? You know what I mean? Like, I know that I know that I see that I'm not happy at this point, and I know that I see that I don't know, like I know that I see that I'm overworked, I'm tired, I'm depressed, I'm extremely exhausted, I'm not doing anything that pours back into me. But because I felt so bullied and attacked and belittled because I wasn't doing what everyone else thought I should be doing, um, it was just, I don't know, like just really bad. And I realized to myself, like, I allowed people's thoughts and emotions and their projections of themselves onto me, and it affected me so much that I went to the extreme to prove that, like, I'm enough and what I do matters and I contribute. And it just didn't turn out good. Like, but when I say it didn't turn out good, like, of course, like, there was money and stuff like that, like, extra income, but it's just too much to get into. So I think I will do an actual visual, um, so that I can kind of express myself and you can see facial expressions and things like that. But this will be labeled Tipsy Talk. It's not actually a Tipsy Talk, but I just wanted to make sure that I was able to get this thought out. So if I don't actually ever come back with visuals or video on it to go into deeper detail or like a story time, then I want to at least let you guys know that if you have a lifestyle that works for you and you're okay with it, you're happy with it, you're comfortable with it, and of course you're going to have second thoughts like, oh, are they judging me, this and that. But as long as it works for you and it is a lifestyle that you do choose or you do prefer, don't allow people's outside opinions to force you or bully you or gaslight you into believing in a system or an ideology that you do not believe in, that will not work with your lifestyle, that will not work with your preferences or choices, because it'll just make you unhappy and you'll feel unfulfilled. You'll feel like, I'm doing what everyone says I should do. I'm doing what's looked at as a positive thing, but it's not, I don't know, like it's not fulfilling me. It's not making me happy. It's not working with my life. So don't do that. But that's it. I'm going to go ahead and put this up tonight and maybe come back later. I'm not sure yet, but yes. So thank you guys so much for listening. Comment your opinions. Every opinion is welcome. I don't really like a lot of negativity, but yeah. So yeah, thank you. Have a wonderful day.